computer. All right, guys. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Is my camera like kind of weird?
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
Much
Okay.
better.
It's August 22nd, 2017. Thanks for being here. Our Tuesday night Zoom chat. Hey, Holly. Thanks for getting on. I'm sending you the link to start your video. So tonight, hey, Holly. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about how to motivate and inspire your teams and be the best that they can be. My first disclaimer that I want to say is there is nothing that you can do to force someone to be motivated and be the best business person that they can be. And their success does not fall on your shoulders or responsibility for the success or the failure of their business. So I think a lot of times, I think it's a two-way street sometimes where a lot of times people will say, oh, I don't have an upline to help me, blah, 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 whatever. And here's the deal with that. So I had no one either starting out. We didn't have the fancy training center and all that when I joined. I learned it as I went and rolled with the punches. And so I think it's very important for you to realize that your team underneath you, their success or failure is not on your shoulders. So just release that, take it off, throw it away, put it in the trash can, spit on it, and be like, whatever, I'm done. Like, it has nothing to do with you. You can only hold their hand so much, which really shouldn't, whatever. I mean, it's their business. They should be running it. So we're going to run through a few things tonight on ways I think you can help inspire someone or motivate them as a leader. So this is my take on it. And I threw my stuff in with some other article stuff that I'm going to be sharing. So they'll have like the business stories, whatever. We'll just relate to them because I've still found it very interesting and like, oh gosh, this is really good. So more and more people feel stuck and look for validation. Not only do they want to be heard, but more importantly, they want to know that their contributions are being noticed and not taken for granted. Not for the sake of attention, but more so because they want to know that their skill sets are still relevant and useful so that they are making a difference in their business and on your team. So many leaders can be out of touch and disconnected from their team, focusing solely on their own personal agendas. And sometimes that's kind of hard because we are still running our own business at the same time we have the leadership hat on. So it is, I can see where it can happen that way. So this is most evident in leaders that are still trying to use a one-size-fits-all approach to earn trust, build loyalty, and stimulate team and individual performance. Leaders must understand that there does not exist a single recipe to encourage your team to perform better. Rather, it's about how to maximize the ingredients in order to create hundreds of different recipes that are customized and authentic and that provide a long-term impact. So I'm going to go through 10 different little ways real quick on how you can inspire your teams to optimally perform, hopefully. We will see. I don't know. We'll keep our fingers crossed. It might not work with everybody, but I think it will help. So the first thing I want you to write down is solving, not selling, not just selling. So you are solving, not just selling. Stop selling your team about, oh, yeah, I still have a house phone. Can y'all believe it? Oh, and it's a solicitor. I'm not answering it. It's because my cell phone's Georgia, and on my car I had to put a local number because I thought they would think I was an out-of-towner driving through Houston. So, yeah, I'm old school. So stop selling your team about why they need to perform better. Explain why their contributions help solve problems and contribute to the team. People are more inclined to step up their game when they know their work can add value to the healthier whole. So here's an example that this guy gave. He said, for example, he goes, I would always show my team the outcome of their collected efforts. We would go to a manufacturing plant and watch a new product on the product line or in the stores to see the new design labels that they created on the shelves. Inspire performance by connecting the dots of your team's efforts. It's not only about what you're trying to sell, but also about what the team is able to solve along the way and overcome, for that matter. So number 2, purpose, not just profit. So your team are inspired by knowing that their hard work makes a difference beyond profitability for you as the leader. Employees, our team, other words, want leaders who see beyond the obvious and look to create wider reaching impact that extends into the community and influences social causes. So a perfect example is what our company does on a daily basis. And we have purpose, not just for profit. Think about all the different charity things that our company offers and the way we give back in other areas. That makes our company very special, and you can continue to do the exact same thing within your team and offering that as well to where you truly are setting your team apart and doing things for purpose, not just profit. Here's one of my most favorite things about doing this one. This was know the ingredients, not just the recipe. And you can write that one down, star that one. You can do all kinds of stuff with that one. Know the ingredients, not just the recipe. And here's what this means. The secret recipe to inspiring new team members is to know the ingredients of the people you are inspiring. People want to know that their leaders understand their tendencies, aptitudes, and behaviors well enough to do their best work with and motivate them. The best leaders and coaches always do. When you spend time with your team, make it matter. Don't just expect your time and title to inspire them. Employees want a leader, or team members want a leader that pays attention and genuinely cares about them. Great leaders take the time to know the ingredients before they can create the best recipe for success. People are most inspired when a leader takes time to know them and show that they have the best interest at heart. Leaders that know how to prepare thousands of recipes are those who continually make the ingredients better and keep them from spoiling. That's important too. Okay, the next one is learning, not just lecturing. People are tired of being told what to do. They are eager to learn and remain relevant, but they find it difficult to be inspired by leaders who only inflict fear. In today's fast-paced world, people don't have time for lectures. They want continuous coaching and leaders that are paying attention. They're eager to grow and they want objective feedback. So you're going to simplify the process a bit. Don't exhaust your team through complexity and buzzwords, they call it. People seek direction that is to the point. Remember, most people have mastered the art of execution. Let your team do their jobs well by providing the right tools and support to make them better at carrying out their roles and responsibilities. And one of the things we're going to talk about is, it says on here of doing it through fear, but there is one technique that I'm going to teach you that you can use with fear that may work. And we'll do that at the very end of this. That's probably the only time I would ever implement fear, if you will, into a motivating factor. And I'll share that with you at the end. Be a great teacher, but quickly shift into facilitator mode. People are inspired when they are given the opportunity to learn how to do new things. And so stop lecturing and start teaching. There is a difference. Innovation, not just ideation. People want to create impact. Allow them to be part of this innovative based like projects or training or anything that you're doing on your team. by letting them get their hands dirty. That's really the most important part, I think, is being a part of implementing some ideas or a technique or an idea even, and let them see it come to life and have the meaningful growth behind it, that they were a part of something that will inspire them to perform. Provide your team the resources to be innovative in their work. Stay close enough to your team's activities and production that they're doing to know the 2 or 3 tools or resources that would require them to take their performance to the next level to help them promote. So it's going to be very important that you're going to need to know those 2 or 3 factors. Okay, you need this, another recruit. We need to do A, B, and C to get you to the next level, to star, or whatever it may be. It's very important that you need to know what those steps are. So when given the right tools and resources, the best people will challenge themselves and be more motivated in their work and will perform better ultimately. That's why incentives inspire performance. But remember that money alone is not the sustainable answer. Focus on giving your team opportunities to elevate their individual value while serving the needs of their team or their business. Allow innovation to inspire performance. The next one is significance, not just success. Helping your team to be successful is important, but not inspiring enough in itself. People want much more out of their leaders, and if you can activate your natural talents of your team in ways that make them feel more responsible about their role in their business and in their teams, you will be inspiring something that is more significant and has a longer lasting impact. So, the next one I'm going to talk about is ownership, not just accountability. So enforcing accountability is a key component to sustaining performance momentum. And there is ownership. There's got to be accountability. You know, when someone picks up the phone that has done $25 every 3 months in orders, I can't guarantee you that I'm going to take a phone call from them versus someone that is actively and present working their business. That person is going to get priority over someone else, and they have to have ownership and accountability of their business. And by their actions and their activity is how they get my response as well. However, when you can give your team ownership in the process of defining how accountability is enforced, you will inspire trust and a desire to go above and beyond the call of duty in their business and perform better. So giving your lead team members, and lead, I mean just someone that's standing out to you as a leader, it doesn't have to necessarily be the title lead, means that you've shared and entrusted them with your leadership authority. You're now allowing your leaders to call the shots based on what they believe is the best interest of the team and the organization. So maybe, for example, you could create a special project or something that there is going on in the team, and you have a leader that's going to delegate it, head it up, and you trust her, and you're showing her that you trust her in this role, or him in this role. Outline your expectations of what you want the end result to be, but allow him or her to take charge of this project and agree maybe to make once a week check-ins or an observation that can help them be in this leadership role side with them, but letting them have the spotlight on them. Use the results and what you learned along the way about the team members that you can customize your approach on the best way to inspire that team member, their performance along the way. The next one is, and this is a big one, I think, respect, not just recognition. Beyond appreciation and praise, show your respect and admiration for the work of your team. While people want to know they are respected, you must establish the ground rules for how respect is earned. There are too many recognition addicts in our workplace or an environment, or it can be, especially in a 9-to-5 job. I think that's more so in that type of environment than what we have. But in a world of fierce competition, we have come to believe in that we are our own best allies. We believe we must rely on ourselves. I know I'm guilty of that. I have a very hard problem stepping back and trying to get someone to come in to help me because they don't work like I do. They're not going to get it done like I do. They can't get it done as fast as I can get done. Like that, I live and breathe that, and I'm a perfectionist when it comes to my work. And so I know that's a big, hard pill for me to swallow, even in that situation. Like, we are our own best allies. I agree with that at times. So we believe we can sell ourselves better than anyone else. But this attitude puts our long-term careers in danger. Unfortunately, too many people want recognition because they forgot the significantly greater value of earning respect. So retrain, it says your employees, but it would really, I don't think retraining them. I just think it's important to show them the importance of respect and lead them in how to earn it with their team. I think when they see the greater impact respect delivers, they will be inspired by your example because they are looking to you as a leader and they do respect you in a leadership role. And I think as you hand over the baton, so to speak, and allow them to shine their light and trust them with the leadership roles, I think it does form a bond or a level of trust that, and it's not on our shoulders. Like it's kind of hard because you're like, oh my gosh, are they going to do it right? And it's okay that they fail because we all have to fail in order to get better. But it's a big one to be able to pass that baton and give that to where they can shine the greater light on them. The next one is personal growth, not just responsibility. So historically, leaders have used increased responsibility to inspire performance. While this approach may still have merit, it is when a leader can help foster the professional growth and development of their teams that performance most flourishes. Basically, leaders need to take more time to mentor and or guide their team's development and growth. So encourage networking opportunities and performance development forums. I love this example for him. He said, if the budget gets cut, put your money where your mouth is. For example, purchase copies of a book that you believe will help your employees advance and grow in their work. I thought that was pretty good because it's like, golly, yeah, sure, there might be obstacles to step by, but if you as a leader, if you know this one tool will help them, then put your money where your mouth is and give that tool to them and see and let them flourish. An example of this where this happened was Phil Jackson, a former basketball coach of the LA Lakers and Chicago Bulls, won 11 NBA championships, the most in history. Jackson became known for giving each one of his players a specific book that would help the player be a better teammate, decision maker, leader, etc. on the basketball court. And number 10, last but not least, is trust, not just transparency. Ultimately, it is a relationship based on trust that inspires your team to perform. When you are mindful of managing and implementing these points that we just went over, this will certainly jumpstart your ability to earn trust within your team and inspire their performance. When you trust someone, you will believe in them. People are inspired when they know that their leaders believe in their capabilities to deliver. Okay. Inspiring your team to optimally perform requires a leader who can see beyond the obvious in people. Inspiration comes not from something that you turn on and off, but rather from constant behavior triggered through multiple ways that makes your team feel better, that they matter, and that you genuinely care for them. So one of the ways I'm going to teach you really quick, and I'll tell you where I learned this, and this one's interesting, and this is where you would teach in a different manner. I was trying to see where we could get the chat going. I don't know how do oh, chat right here. Oh, yes, I'll post the recording. It'll be tomorrow. It will be uploaded to YouTube. So this came from Bob Heilig. So those of you know, I love. It is not a book at all. It was just compiled my notes, literally, that I typed up on a paper. It's not a book. So this is from Bob Heilig, and it was on YouTube. And so I went through, and I've watched this many times, and I watched this right when I first found him. So I was trying to find this, but he calls it tap rooting. And he said the key is to not sharing with them the potential gain, like the bonuses, the compensation plan. The greatest motivator is not potential gain, it is fear of loss. The fear of loss will motivate them more than potential gain. So the question is, okay, well, how do you create a fear of loss in the people that are on your team? So you're going to do it through a strategy called tap rooting. And tap rooting is based on this fundamental philosophy. And this is probably the most important phrase that you'll hear him say, as he said in the video. He says, you don't work with people, you work through people. You don't work with people, you work through people. He says to stop working with the frontline team members, stop working with the new people in your business, and work through them. Well, what in the heck does that mean? When I was listening to that video and I heard him say that, I thought, what? You're telling me to stop working with my frontline and stop working with my new team members? He must have been drinking a beer or taking shots when he did this video, because I thought he'd lost his friggin' mind. So tap rooting, he says it's an analogy of a tree. If you understand the way a tree grows, most trees have one root called the tap root, which drives straight down. As the tree grows, it drives straight down through the soil, through the earth, until it reaches a source of water. And it is that one tap root that provides the nourishment and solidifies the tree. 95% of a tree's root system is just below the surface. So if it wasn't for the tap root, when the winds or the storm blew in, well, that tree would fall down completely. Your business is the same way. When you learn how to tap root, it's you taking that new person and recruiting a new person for them. When you can help them recruit a new person, you are starting working directly with that new person as if you personally recruited them. This is what he says to do. So now you're working on a second generation. Now you're going to help that recruit someone else. Now you potentially are working with second and third generations, and you're working directly with them. You're driving that business 3 to 5 levels deep. You are literally moving heaven and earth, everything in your power, to get a recruit for a recruit for a recruit for these people. That will motivate the first and second generation person if you can create this momentum and excitement. Your new people don't even understand the products. They don't even know what's happening. All they see is this exciting action happening. So the problem is that he refers to is that we overload our people with information without creating a result. And that totally clicked with me. I thought, man, we really are. We're on an overload of information. Do this, do this, do this, but they don't know how to implement it. They don't know how to put it to action. So if I do recruit someone, my job is, okay, who do you have on the list? Who can you get me in front of tomorrow? Who can I go meet for coffee? I want to speak to these people directly because I want to help you get this new recruit. So now I am working on my second gen. Bring in that second gen. Okay, who's the list of people? Give me your list of 5 people that I can contact tomorrow and go meet with them. There's that sense of urgency. Because if you can get, as a leader, create results, your first generation will immediately have 3 or 4 people, and they will be excited. They're going nowhere because you have tap-rooted. So that's the number one thing. And when you start seeing, and we all probably have people in our teams that do nothing, but then there's that generation underneath that are probably doing something. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. So the key to making tap-rooting work, you have to be the one that influences this. When you bring someone in, you have to be the one that says, okay, who's next on your list? Who can you get me that I can call tomorrow? Who can I meet for coffee? Who is it that I can go see immediately? You're pushing and challenging to meet someone for them. You're creating that sense of urgency. So let's say you have a front line. If they are not motivated, you will eventually find someone in their line down below that is a leader, that is motivated, and you lock arms with them. Those are the ones you are going to focus with and work with. So instead of you calling your frontline and checking in at the end of the month and you saying, okay, come on, we got to get going. You got to hit that 500 PRV. What you going to do? That's trying to pump them up through potential gain. Let's try it this way, he says. Hi, Karen. How can I help you? You know, I've been working with Susan. We just brought her into your team. I know you haven't got to meet her yet, but we just brought her on. And Susan already has someone joining her team and 5 customers. Karen, I'm a little worried about you. You are missing out on some paychecks. I'll happily take them, but what can we do to get your business going so you don't keep missing out on this money? That is motivating through a fear of loss. So now that one leader, you're now showing them the potential, the fear of the loss that they're missing out on this money. He said he would check in, and every time that somebody else moved up or promoted, he would text Karen and say, okay, Karen, you just missed out another $100. Hey, Karen, you didn't put your $500 in this month. You just missed out on $227. He would stay on top of it where he is keeping this leader informed, like, you are missing out on this. How much longer do you want this to happen? So stop working with people and work through people. Here's going to be the catch. If you have an existing team, find that one excited person in that line. Could be anywhere, how far down you ever want to go. You know who it is. Run the performance tab. Check to see who that person is. See their numbers. Numbers don't lie. Work directly with that person, and then I want you to start going up the line and to every person in between you and them. Work every single person up the line. You want to be motivating through the fear of loss instead of potential gain. All right. I was hoping I could get through that fairly quick. Wait, whoa, full screen. Oh, good, 30 minutes. I was right on time. Okay, I'm going to unmute y'all, or you can unmute yourself, actually. If anybody's got any questions. All I see is Brenda Embry on my screen so big, talking into the phone because it's ginormous. Brenda, you're like this big on my screen. I love it. Okay, wait, now I think y'all are back in my normal view. Gallery view. Okay, now it's Hollywood Squares. I love it. Okay, so unmute your phone and let's hear your questions about motivating team, inspiring others. How many of y'all, I'd like to just know by a show of hands, how many of y'all really put other people's success on your shoulders? Yeah? Listen, I did too for the longest time. And really, we have no control over it. But I think it's important to find out why they're doing this in the beginning. Because it's okay that some are going to be hobbyists and work it just a little bit. They don't have to be full-time guru like me or you. It's okay that we're gonna have some hobbyists. I just don't want expectations of a full-time job onto a hobbyist's shoulders, because that's when they kind of get pissed, perturbed, and they're like, oh, screw it, I'm not doing this anymore. And that's not right for us to have our expectations on their shoulders when they never had that to begin with. You know what I'm saying? However, we can motivate, inspire, and show them ways how this business can be a blessing and turn it into something even greater when they least expect it. Okay, who's got a question?
I do, Heather.
Hey, come on in. Yep.
Okay, I have this month, because of the join special being so wonderful, I have 4 recruits that all joined at the same time. 2 of them have already earned Shooting Star and promoted to certified.
That's awesome.
The other 2 they're doing well. They're actively working their business, but one of them especially messaged me today and is getting very defeated already, because whenever someone promotes or someone's active, I've been posting on our team page, to celebrate them, and she messaged me and said, I just can't handle seeing everyone promoting and moving faster than I am. And I told her, I said, everyone has their own pace. I myself, I didn't hit Shooting Star, but it's, and 4 or 5 years later, I'm still doing this. And doing okay. So I'm trying to, I guess, she said, can you give me tips on how to promote to certified? So I took your list of 100 ways to work your business. I went over that with her. I'm just finding that I want to help her, but I don't want to do it for her, because she's saying, where can I find events? Can you help me if I find one, can you help me do it? Which I would, but I'm also trying to keep the other 3 recruits motivated. And I guess my question is, how do you keep multiple brand new team members that are your frontline going without making one feel neglected?
Does she live local to you, Amanda?
Yes, she lives in Dickinson, which is, I'm in League City, so she's very close. Yeah.
Has she had a launch party?
I offered to have her launch party at my house. She didn't want to do it at her house, so we did an online, and I told her that it would be best to have the scents under their noses.
So I would immediately tell her that one of the main reasons why her success of the other 2 consultants that she's watching skyrocket and promote already is that they had a successful launch party, and that I would show her how important it is to do an actual launch. I think that's the number one problem that new consultants do when they join is they join and they think they can do it on Facebook, they can do it on other ways, just collecting orders.
Right.
It's a party planning company. There is something so powerful. It's like your business on steroids, or I'm injecting steroids and giving me all these muscles. It's a whole party in front of their faces. Like, you're going to feel my energy and see how much fun this is. That's so boring on a Facebook party where no one shows up and you're like, oh, how's that? I almost said cherry vanilla. It's not even around anymore. What does that smell like through a screen? Like, how boring. Like,
right.
I mean, you wouldn't go buy bra and panties without trying them on. Like, come on. Like,
exactly.
You know what I mean? So maybe have her see the importance. Like, I'm willing to help you. Those 2 girls got there, and I know you're not envious. It's inspiring you to do the same, and I want to be your co-pilot and helping you do the success. Right now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do our list of 100 by watching the creative list of 100, and we're going to plan your launch, and I'm going to help you plan a successful launch. That's all I want you to focus on. Forget about the rest. Let's plan a successful launch, and I'll do it for you.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. The amazing Karen Fettis just got on. Can we say hello to Superstar Director Karen Fettis? She's going to say a few words.
Pretty funny.
Hi,
Can you hear me?
Karen. No, Karen's amazing. Karen, give us some wisdom.
I just finished dinner. Is that wisdom?
We're going to order pizza. I'm hungry.
I just dropped off some items I donated for an event this weekend, and I'm going to introduce like 300 people to Scentsy who don't know about it. So,
what'd you give away? What are you doing?
A couple diffusers, some warmers. It's for a banquet, but basically nobody knows what Scentsy is. I'm putting my dishes in the sink right now.
Oh no, you are fine. So if y'all don't know, Karen Fettis just moved to the Houston area, to the Woodlands. So she's in our neck of the woods now. We are so excited, very happy that she is down here, because she will be helping plan the H-Town Showdowns from now on with us. And
You did a fab job, though.
Of Scentsy, fundraising, of everything. She's just the Karen Fettis.
You give me a little too much credit, just a little bit too much.
No way. She's amazing. Like, I was blown away at her fundraising thing at H-Town Showdown.
It's getting really dark.
Blew me out of the water. I was like amazed.
Ooh, hold on.
There you are.
I'll go back where I was. I have better signal there.
Yep, you're coming back now. All right, so tell us, what are your three best things, Karen, on how you would motivate or help a consultant be the best consultant they can be? What are your 3 ways you would have somebody?
How would I motivate them to be the best consultant they could be? I would empower them. I would empower them, but I wouldn't enable them. So I would So what I mean by that is I would give them the tools and the resources, but I wouldn't do the work for them, because I'm really big on teaching to fish, but not feeding fish sticks. I would, you're totally putting me on the spot here. Let's see, what else would I do? I would sit down and really work with them on their why, and work to motivate them from the beginning so they're internally motivated. And I want them to see the big picture. So I want them to see from the beginning that things like incentive trips are a reality, that they're not just something that, you know, like 1% earn. And then I would keep them engaged. I would work to connect them and network them with other consultants and other people, so that they felt engaged and part of a good culture. That's what I would do. Those are 3 things.
That's really good. And now, so say if somebody's been in Scentsy for a while, do you think, I mean, what would you do in the situation of, do you waste your time to try to engage them and bring them in, or you just go find new fish? Like, what is your theory on that?
I think it's easier to find new fish than to breathe oxygen and air into old fish who have lost their steam, but I don't think you should give up on anyone. So I am big on trying to reconnect with those who kind of have lost their mojo, but it depends upon like what level of consultant you're talking about, because I think it depends upon, like, sometimes they get really stagnant at certain points, and if they start shifting their focus and changing, hold on, I'm moving again. If they start shifting their focus and moving and changing the, like, if they totally shift away from Scentsy and start doing other things because they think that that'll make them more successful, or I think it's really hard to pull them back. Yeah. So, like, if you have a director who decides, wow, I was really successful with Scentsy, so now I'm going to try 3 other direct selling companies and I can be equally successful with that. And then they start to think, oh, Scentsy's lost its mojo. No, you've really shifted what you're doing. Scentsy hasn't lost its mojo. Join me now being just as successful as you were before you decided to join like 5 other companies. So, I mean, I think it's a fine line. It depends upon the person. I had a team member ask me today, which is a new recruit better or a reinstated recruit? And I think they both can be good for different reasons. But a reinstated recruit who terminated due to inactivity has to have a good reason to be motivated to come back and to stay with it, because they didn't have that before and they terminated.
Yeah, and that could be a lot of time and energy wasted into something that they haven't really necessarily proven that they should come back.
Heck yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
So let's talk about you.
Training.
What?
It can be like, I'm trying to get new people. I mean, I had one today and she canceled. I'm like, Dad, damn it, but you know what? I'm going to go find somebody else.
That's exactly right.
It happens to all of us. Like, no matter what little title you are, I don't care. It happened. She stood me up.
She stood you up. I'm not a big fan of that.
Yeah, I just met her online. I didn't even know her really. But I had all my stuff ready to go, and I texted, see you soon. Oh, I can't today. Sorry. Well, your loss, my game.
So I don't know if it was Becca Levi or who said it, but someone said at one point that their response in a situation like that is something like, well, when your business becomes important enough to you to be accountable and to hold your commitments, let me know. But basically, they don't give them a lot of second chances with that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, like if you're going to, my time is as valuable as yours is. And if you're not going to be accountable, then I'm going to put my effort into those who want it and not those who demand it.
Yeah, that's true. And how many times do you follow up? So let's say like Billy Joe put on there, I have 4 people who are interested. She's shown them the incentive. She's had coffee with them. How long do you wait before you follow up? Like, she's putting it on their shoulders to click the join button, but at what point do you follow up and say, how long do you wait?
Well, I don't wait. Initially, I don't wait a really long time. I follow up with them and say something like, there's no pressure. I just want to make sure I've answered all the questions you have. I want you to make an informed decision. And so I want to make sure that I haven't left anything unsaid on my end. But there's no pressure. I want you to join when it's right for you.
Yeah.
So
I say
after that, I do kind of step back because I don't want them to join for me. I want them to join for them because I don't want to be pulling the water every single month.
Yeah, that's so important. That's my biggest thing is I'm really trying to recruit people that are business-minded people now.
Mm-hmm.
And focusing, I want people that want to work this like a business like I do and not so much a hobbyist. Like I want some business-minded people is who I'm trying to find.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. All right, who's got questions for Karen? Let's do questions for Karen.
No. Karen should never have clicked the join button when she saw this because she didn't even brush her hair.
Oh, it's okay. Here, I'll mess mine up real quick too. Okay,
that's good.
Okay, who's got a question for Karen?
I have a question for one of you. So, one of my biggest things to me, I have so many what I call 3-monthers, but so I want to promote. I want to do these things. Do you explain to them, like, hey, look, this is what my goals are, and this is what I'm shooting for? I don't want to just promote just because, hey, look, we have this amazing month, but we can't sustain it. So, I want a good, solid foundation, and I know that it's, like, motivating the right people, and, and I have been digging deeper so that I hit those people that are, if they're excited that I want to invest into that. But, it's all about the consistency. It's all about these things for the incentive, but I want to know just what is the best way to motivate them. It is about them, but it's, I want to promote as well, if that makes any sense.
I'm sure Heather wants to answer that one.
She's hilarious. So you're trying not to make it sound so me, so selfish. So I rarely say any of my new goals. I'm always asking questions about them. Because if I can make it all about them, I can fill in the gaps and be the problem solver for their problems. And when I can solve their problems, they will join my team.
What about those that are on your team?
They're already on your team?
No, I have so many that I consider 3-monthers. And so they just put, and that's fine if that's what they want, but then they'll tell me, hey, look, I want to do this. But then what are you doing? I can talk to them until I'm blue in the face about ideas, but then they don't do it. So, I continue.
You can plan where y'all can do it together?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Is there something you can plan that y'all can do together to empower them in that leadership role to get a taste of it where they want to perform and excel better? What we did the first half of the call on. Do you think that would work?
It's always worth a try. And, I do go back so many times to a couple years ago at Reunion, watering, make sure don't water the palm trees in the middle of your oak forest. And so I have cut people go. I've just, hey, look, I can't continue to put too much water into this. I've got to flourish all the other things. But I feel like you invested $100 into this business. Let's do something with it. Don't let that go to waste. But again, I don't know, I've got a whole bunch of thoughts, but it's just motivating them.
Well, I think that's where the tap rooting comes into play too, what Bob Heilig was talking about. When you can start tap rooting and finding your new recruit and vice versa, the business is happening. The excitement is happening because growth is happening fast.
Okay.
And that's how my business started. When I started getting my recruit, I didn't know what in the hell I was doing. I'm like, are you kidding me? I got recruits. I don't even know what? It forced me into that role to keep going and wanting more. And I think that's a huge key factor of this. Like, we need the excitement early on and that tap rooting to happen because it will motivate and inspire people that weren't even planning on it happening. It can. Yeah. Some may not, but I would say more so than not, it will happen.
Okay.
Hey, I got a quick question. And I'm sorry, I'm going to have to hop off after this because the alarms in my house start going off at 5:15. I'm on Eastern time, so I'm still, you think I'm not, that I'd be used to it by now, but I'm not. I'm exhausted. But I love you guys, and I'm loving all this information, but I do have a quick question for myself. Okay, so Heather, Karen, whoever wants to answer this, let me think my question real quick. How do I form this? How long how deep do you go in your team as far as continuing to call and check on them? For example, I have some girls, now if they want to reach out to me, that's great. Like you were saying, Heather, you know, people that you make the time for, blah, blah, blah. I thought that was good. But I've got some girls like 6 levels down that show interest, go to meetings and things like that. So yes, I want to talk to them often. I guess I'm kind of asking because my team is still fairly new. I've got like 33 people, group, whatever. And I really kind of want to still connect with them as much as I can. So I figure at about 30, I can kind of talk to a person a day, roughly. Not to say that everyone's going to answer their phone, but you know what I mean. So I've kind of made it to where I'm trying to physically speak with that person once a month. Do you think that's still like a good idea? When do I let go and say, well, you're under so-and-so, I need to let them be talking more to you?
I'm going to let Karen answer that. Karen's got a very large group, and I'm sure she's probably dug deep down. So she's probably going to be the best one to answer, because right now I'm talking to whoever and anybody that will listen, because I only have 2 frontline directors, and I need 2 more. So I'm talking to whoever will listen and talk to me. Karen's in a much different situation than me.
Yeah, and I don't have any frontline directors yet. So I'm a director, but none of the people under me are a director yet.
So I've never been one to limit my contact based on where they are in my lineage. Like I respect stewardship. Like I'm not going to dig into my directors' teams, but within my own team, I don't care if you're level 6 or 8 or 2 or 1, you're still part of my family. However, now having said that, if you don't take care of your children first, being your front line, you can't take care of your grandchildren or your children feel neglected. So your priority and focus is always on your front line. The other thing I would tell you is whatever you do now will set the expectation for later. So if you do that with 30 people now and you create a system and you establish that kind of rapport with them, what's going to happen when you have 180 and they have the same expectation and then they start to have their feelings hurt because you no longer call them? And in their eyes, they're not going to see the fact that you have 180 people. They're probably going to see that you've promoted to star director or superstar director, whatever the case may be. And they're going to kind of have a little perspective and think that's why you aren't calling them and not realize it's because, quite honestly, there aren't enough hours in the day. So I just be careful what you set up now, because you will set an expectation that it continues. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing it while you can, but do it in short doses, or, you can even throw it out on the team page or however you could throw it out. I've got 20 spots, in the next 2 weeks, and here's when they are. First 20 people to grab them, like let's brainstorm and network, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I like that.
I love that. That's great.
But when you get to like 100 people, quite honestly, like what's going to suffer is your family life. And if you're getting up at 5:15, which that's our new schedule here too, it's crazy. School starts way early for high school here. But if you're getting up, like you can't go to sleep at 2 a.m. and maintain any kind of life. And so the first thing you're going to give up is your family time, or you're going to become resentful and frustrated with your business. And that you don't want that, because then no one's going to be motivated. So just whatever you do, make it sustainable.
Yeah, thanks. And I'm really trying to do most of my Scentsy work while the kids are at school, so that by the time they get home, we're doing homework, we're going to Taekwondo, and I'm being mom. So although, of course, I'm going to take a phone call if I need to, within reason, boundaries. But I'm trying to do the bulk of most of my computer work and things like that while they're at school.
Now, if they reach out to you for help, I don't care how deep they are. I'll help anyone. I'll even help, if they're in my group, I'll help them, not only my team, but put your emphasis first on your babies being your front line. So, because if they're not nurtured, they can't nurture their front line, who can't nurture their front line, and so on and so forth. And that's something that, someone at corporate told me years ago, I was kind of failing in that category. Like I was assuming that my front line had what they needed, so I was focusing a little more further down. And my front line weren't getting the nourishment that they needed.
Thanks. So. I appreciate that.
Yep.
It's good. Good stuff. I know. And we even have like Cheryl on tonight in Australia. She's not even in our group, and she's on here. I mean, I love it. We just help whoever. And really, and that's really what the friendships and the relationships that you build with other Scentsy consultants and like-minded Scentsy consultants, that is where your fire is lit. I mean, when I tell y'all I Zoom daily, it keeps me on track and motivated to work my business. And I mean, we may just be sitting here just coming up with ideas, but it is seriously, it keeps me so motivated because everybody gets tired at whatever level. I don't care. Yeah, Jen's not in this group either. I feel like she is, but she's not either. She's adopted too. But that's what I'm saying. We just collect all of our info together. We share, we motivate and inspire each other. And that's truly what it's about, is just staying connected. The moment you stop showing up for calls and you stop listening to Tuesday trainings from corporate, you become disconnected. And the more and more time that goes by, the harder it is to get back in that routine.
Yep.
Yeah. I see Amy Edwards' face now. Hi, Amy Edwards. Oh, she's chewing. I love her. Okay, she's going to come on and say something.
I'm eating dinner, so I thought maybe you guys wouldn't want to see me chewing the whole time. So I put my face off it.
I love it. All right, anybody else?
I just want to say thank you so much for having me on here today. It's been so inspirational here from Australia listening to you and Jason earlier on in the day. So thank you, a big thank you, because I've learned so much today from your talk. And I look forward to joining you again and listening to you on YouTube more and more.
Well, anytime, Cheryl. We do this every Tuesday night, same time, every Tuesday.
Love it. Thank you so much.
All right, Cheryl, thanks for getting on.
Very welcome. Bye, everyone.
All right, anybody else?
I had to take a phone call after I asked if it was going to be recorded. I didn't get to hear your answer.
Yes, it is recorded, and I'll upload it to YouTube tomorrow. It usually has to convert on my home computer, and then I'll upload when I wake up in the morning, and then I'll publish. It's just
perfect. Thank you.
Stupid. It's just because I don't sit at my computer after it goes off.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to order pizza. Oh, you don't want pizza? Go see if he's ordered it already, and then you can go get something. Okay. Okay, I'll go get it. Okay, go. Whatever. They went and worked out, and I stayed home. They work out, and I don't work out.
Hey, Heather.
Yeah.
I had a question, or not really a question. I have the same issue that Amanda had been talking about with having somebody who's joined within the last few months getting jealous of what other people are doing.
Yeah.
Because I do like to acknowledge the people that are, moving along and clicking along, and I want to make sure that they get acknowledged and get a shout out and that kind of thing. And I have a team member who's just very not dejected by it, but she gets very seems like she almost takes it personally. And I don't know really, like I've tried being like, well, that's not your pace, you're a different person. Don't let that, just because so-and-so's doing really well doesn't mean that you're not doing really well. You're doing well too. You're just doing it at your own pace.
And what is it that she's doing that she's comparing? So I would want to know, what does she see the other people doing that she's comparing to?
That she's not hitting, like that she didn't hit shooting star, that she didn't hit sensational start. That.
So has she done her launch party?
Oh yeah, a while ago.
Did you get bookings from it?
No, not really. And the launch party didn't really go very well either.
And did she plan it on her own? Like, why did that fail? What was the problem? Was it the way she processed it? She did the invites? Why did that fail?
It was how she wanted to do it, as opposed to having a home party. She wanted to do it completely online.
That's why. Every story I hear of a failing success, I would say 9 times out of 10, they did not have an actual launch in the house. I can't tell you how more and more I'm hearing that. I mean, it is like the Lord is like beating me over the head with all these stories lately with this. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Can we tell her, can we meet with her and say, let's plan an old-fashioned launch. Like, I want to do it old school. Will you trust me? I want to hold your hand. Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, she's come with me to a couple events, and I've had her here for party. She requires a lot of hand holding. She's not tech savvy, and so there's a lot. I do a lot for her. And I know you had said, you know, you can't force your will onto your team members, and I need to remember that, you know, that I can't force her to be successful, but she wants to be successful, but
she does not know how. Like, if you gave her step by step, would she follow the steps and succeed? Like, is she that type of person that can follow a list?
No.
Okay.
No.
Is
no.
she a verbal, like, one tasker, do this and come back to me when you're done?
Yes.
That's how I would communicate with her then. Bite-sized chunks, and figure out what she's trying to accomplish, and bite-sized chunk it.
Okay.
Because here's the thing, like, I know I can't tell my son verbally 10 things to do. He can't handle it at all. If I write it on a piece of paper, got it. It might just be her method. It might be too much information all at once, and with her comparing, it's really just not, she's not at her full potential yet.
Right.
So much. It's too much information overload.
Okay.
I would take a step back and let's just get her from the beginning and say, we're going to do this one thing at a time, and we're not going to focus about anything else. But she's got to know how to do a home party and get some home parties.
Right. Well, I can't tell you how many times I've said that. And, you know, that's why I brought her to one of my home parties and brought her to an event. And
I would maybe just say, call 10 people today and ask them to host a party for you. And that's her first task, or 5. Like, start small if it's overwhelming. So every task today is call 5 people and ask, here's what you say, here's your script, go.
Go, okay. All right, that's a great idea. Thank you.
Or text it into her and say, this is what you're going to text 10 people today. Will you host a party for me? Shelly, she straight up spoon feeds the actual text messages to people. I don't do that just because it's a little too much on my end, but hey, she might need it. It might create a result. I mean, it's worth a shot to try. If the same result comes out the same, don't do it anymore.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
I have to say, people learn in different ways, and it's like everybody's love languages are different.
Right.
You know, we could dangle a free mini tester set. It's going to appeal to some. Others could care less. They just want a handwritten card. You're adapting and finding what they learn and adapt with and excel in. Their communication, what they respond to. And it's hard to find that. I mean, you find out through conversations, obviously, but that becomes a lot when you start having a lot of people on your team, you know?
Yeah. I don't have that problem yet, but I'm hoping to.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah, no, it's challenging. I mean, just trying to find the time, really. I mean, it really is, because you want genuine relationships with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
I do, at least. I mean, I'd like to think when I pass away and they would come to my funeral, you know? That's what I try to think in my head. Like, oh, I want us to be friends that if I was to go away tomorrow to be with the Lord, would they miss me? Would my friend be sad? Yes, those people that are in my life, that's the type of relationship I'm trying to build with them. I don't have to be best friends with them, but I want to help show them the potential that they can be the best that they can be. Because it's sad to see people that don't realize their full potential too, you know? And if I can be that stepping stone helping them, then I did my job, you know?
Right.
I don't know. It grows so much more than what it started out as. Like, I never in a million years thought I would be even doing what I'm doing now at all, ever. My whole life. No way.
Me either.
It's mind-blowing.
I started out just to feed my addiction.
Yeah, right? Like, there's so many of us on here. I don't think it started, I mean, I wanted to make money, but I sure did not think I would be running this as a full-time business, inspiring and speaking and talking. Like, are you kidding me? No. Like, hello? No, I cuss, I put my pants on the same way, and there's nothing special about me. It's just I love life. That's about it. It's just crazy to see how all of us got brought together, by this little wax and warmer thing.
Yep.
It's the best gift on earth, really.
I agree.
I know. I love it so much. And these chats are the best. They're my most favorite. All right. Who else has got anything? Anybody? Oh, we're right on time. 9 o'clock. Look at us on schedule. We planned that.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Am I asking? Am I here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm new. Tomorrow's my day 15th. And I really want to sponsor someone. So how would I go about asking that first person?
Who's on your list?
I thought about my cousin because she used to sell Mary Kay. So I thought maybe since she's familiar with being in direct sales. But that's about it for right now.
Do you have it written on paper, or is it just in your head?
Just in my head.
Okay, go get a piece of paper.
Okay.
Okay, go.
Okay. All right, I have one.
Oh, you already have it. Look how fast you are.
Yeah, I have paper in front of me.
If you get your recruits as fast as that, I'm going to be crazy blown away. Okay, so I'm going to send you a link after this call. Start writing down 5 names of people that love Scentsy, use Scentsy, have bought from you, have hosted a party for you, or someone in your family and friends that need the extra money. Just jot them on paper.
Maybe I should get a pen that works.
Oh, yes, that would be helpful. Okay, and then I'm going to mute. While you're writing that, I'm going to call people out. Sam?
Okay.
Give her your one piece of advice. Go.
Did you say me?
Uh-huh.
Give her I would say your list of 100 if you haven't already done that yet, because I just
have to talk. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm going through this right now, so I just redone my list of 100, and I found myself skipping over people that I know would buy this from me, or who would want to host, or who maybe even want to join, because I didn't think I was comfortable enough to ask them, maybe girls that I went to high school with back in the day who we just lost touch with, or maybe old coworkers that I had touch with. And I know that they would like this or buy this or party, but I wasn't comfortable asking them. So I would skip over them. So literally last week, I just remade my list of 100, and making myself a little bit day by day. I'm, texting these people because I still have their phone number, or I'm emailing them, or I'm calling them. So that's been a big step for me, is now to people who I was nervous to reach out to. It's taken me 2 years to do this, but I'm finally doing it. So I think my biggest thing is to not prejudge people whatsoever. If you don't think that they will buy or host or join, you ask them anyways, because they probably will. That's a big thing with me, is I prejudge. I'm like, oh, she's not interested. She's too busy. She's got 6 kids, she's got 6 kids. She needs more money. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever prejudge anybody, because I am I can write a book about that. So don't do it.
That's awesome, Sam. I love it. All right, Michelle, tell them. Oh, you knew I was calling you.
I did know.
You knew it. You can feel it.
My best advice would probably just to be build relationships with people, because I don't think that you're going to be super successful just asking someone that you haven't talked to in years, hey, would you like to join my team? It really is about relationships. I've had the most success by just giving great customer service to people who will eventually, I give good customer service to my customers, who then turn into my hosts, because after they're, a good customer from me, I can say to them, you are spending so much money with me. Why don't we have a party and try to save you money? And then once they host a couple times, then it's pretty easy to like get them to join your team. So I know that you're really excited to like get someone on board like right now, but also don't get discouraged because sometimes timing is everything. And sometimes it's the effort that you're putting into building that relationship with them that you may not see it now, but if you plant the seeds now, a year from now, you know, someone who you might not have ever thought would join your team will. So that's my advice.
That's so good. Karen? I'll unmute you. There you are, Karen.
Hey, my phone's gonna die probably. And people are falling down the stairs at my house. Okay, so 2 things I would say. Number 1, it's cheesy when they say it, but it's true. This business is more fun when you do it with a friend. So I think about who you would love to go on incentive trips with, and who you'd love to go to convention with, and to leadership with, and all that kind of thing. And that might be a good start. I totally agree on the relationship building though. You know, who has bought, let me ask you this, who has bought from you the most so far? You're just finishing up like your 15 days. Like, who has been your biggest customer?
My only customer right now has been my mother-in-law.
Okay.
I had interest in my cousin, but I sent her catalog and stuff like that, but she's like, oh, I think I'm going to try to find another consultant close by to smell the scents before I place the order. And then she also told me she might take it into work to see if anyone would want to order.
Where does she live?
And so I had to move to Southern California because my husband's in the Navy, but all my family and friends are still in Northern California.
In what part of Northern California? Where does she live?
Elk Grove.
Elk Grove?
Mm-hmm.
So what if we had a fellow Scentsy sister up there go drop off a set of mini testers that she could borrow to do a basket party at her office for you, since you don't have any yet?
That would be amazing.
Yeah, so it doesn't hurt to ask, helping hands. Like, that's what we're here for. So I would put that on the team group page now. You're on the group page, right, Ashley?
Yes.
Put on there right now who is near Elk Grove, California. Ashley, what's your last name?
Lucero, Lucero.
Okay, and then Karen, what was your number 2 thing? I think we may have lost her. Dadgummit. She may come on. Oh, I think we did lose her. Okay, Amy, will you tell her what your thing is, what your piece of advice?
Yeah, so I've been sitting here thinking, and I agree with everybody else. I was actually going to come in with what Michelle said about building relationships. But what I really want to stress is when you're thinking about sponsoring, never go into it, with thinking that, how can this benefit you? You should always be asking what can benefit the other person. So never really make it about you. You need to really sit down and think, because this really can benefit a lot of people in different ways. So, go into it that way versus being like, I'm trying to grow my team. I thought you'd be, a lot of fun to have on the team, or you'd be great at it. Really think of why they would be great at it and kind of present them with that versus saying like, I'm trying to grow my team and make it like about you. That's like my biggest thing, is just really, for the other person. That's all.
Love that. That's so good. Okay, good. Karen got back on. Karen, what's your number 2 thing? She's got full of, okay, we're trying to get her back. I'm going to send you this. So this is my 100 no's. Have you ever heard this before?
I had not seen that one.
So this is a postcard. I'm putting it in the mail to you. I've got your address and everything. I'm mailing it tomorrow. So your job is to ask. Oh, Rusty Bucket's barking again. For either parties, for people to have home party, or join your team. And you're literally going to cross it off after you ask. Every no you get, you can mark one off. Your object is to get 100 no's. You have to ask until you get 100 no's. And I'm going to put this in the mail to you so you can start filling this out immediately.
Okay.
All right, anybody else want to offer her a piece of advice? And I'm going to send you the link to the 100 thing. That's very important, 100 list. As soon as I get off this computer, I'm going to send that to you immediately.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, anybody else? And you're Murphy Canyon, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're in a gold mine. That's right. I lived and was there for a while. So
yeah, I've been, trying to get people in the neighborhood, and then I already signed up to do 11 vendor events within the next couple months.
So my piece of advice to you, what worked really well for me in housing is I would have the parties at my house where they did not have to clean. It was convenient for them. They could leave the kids at home with hubby. They would come to my house. I would have the margarita machine. They'd come over. We did Sniff and Smells at my house. Start a bunco group up there. A lot of the wives are just looking for stuff to do. So get involved in the community in different events. Is your husband on a ship?
Yes.
So the FRG, Family Readiness Group, get involved in that on base. Just get connected with other people if you can. You're in a gold mine. A lot of people in Murphy Canyon have a sticker on their car, but they don't work their business. So I would say work and talk to everyone because that is a gold mine. Take advantage of that for sure.
Okay.
Oh, Karen, it looks like you're all dolled up.
I know, check that out. I don't know.
Wow, look at the lighting.
Isn't that horrible?
Bow chicka wow
Wait,
wow.
Wait, do you see all the boxes?
Woo!
I know, it's horrible. Hold on, let me see.
No, it looks like you're all dolled up with like lipstick, eyeliner, makeup. Like, welcome to the stage.
I did nothing. I didn't even brush my hair.
Wow, she looks totally different now. I love it.
Well, okay then. So because I missed, did she do a launch party? Did you do a launch party?
Yes, I did a launch party. I did do it on Facebook. I tried to have like an open house here, but that didn't work out for me.
Yep. It's tough in Murphy Canyon when people don't know you and you're inviting like that. You have to, so when I tell people, when you're inviting somebody, if one set of ears is listening or one mouth is talking to you, that is how you need to invite them. If there's more set of ears or more sets of mouths that can hear it or say it, you're not inviting them properly.
Okay.
That's good.
Because it's dime a dozen with military communities. Direct sale parties are everywhere. How are you going to set yours apart? What are you going to do that's different? That's what my margarita machine came into play. I was the only one with the margarita machine. Bring the liquor. We'll party at my house. Come smell. It worked. You got to think outside the box. We can talk more too, because I know right where you're at.
Okay. That'd be perfect.
Karen, you have any other little tidbits for her? I totally interrupted you.
No. I think it's establishing some connections in the community and then trying again to do a launch party, like an in-person launch party. But I think you gotta build. I came from a military community. I think you have to build relationships and get out there first. I wouldn't necessarily. I totally get the wanting to recruit. I think what happens is we were talking about recruiting to start with, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, that's good because I'm a little tired. I totally get wanting to recruit. I think what happens is at some point you start recruiting without trying to recruit. And you can put too much time and effort and energy into it. You have to have a list. You have to have a list of potential recruits. You have to always be talking about your business, not in a, hey, join my team sort of way, but just sharing what you love and what you're passionate about. But then I think it culminates into something natural, and that's when people want to join. So if you put too much pressure on yourself, you're setting yourself up for failure.
Because it can come across desperate, like.
Yep.
And you want it to come across as fun and exciting, like I'm trying to earn this trip, and I'm so excited. I've never been anywhere. I mean, prior to Jason, when he was in the Navy, I didn't even own a passport. Us traveling was a new duty station. Speak their language. They can relate to that. Very few Navy people that I knew, we didn't even have a freaking passport, okay? Our new place of travel was, where are we going in 4 years? I mean, really, that's what they can relate to. Speak their language. They'll understand.
Yeah.
And when you earn this trip, like right now, you've got the best shot ever of earning this trip. So much growth potential and capping out. I mean, I see you're already over 600 PRV. I mean, seriously, amazing. You're off to a great start. And booked all those vendor events. Have your recruiting and join information on hand. Your recruiting, your events that you set up can be number one priority. You need to be there. Recruits first, booking second, sales third. Most people do it backwards. They focus on sales, then getting bookings, and then getting recruits. It needs to be recruits, bookings, and then sales in that order. That's what you're there for.
And when we talk about making those connections, that doesn't mean you can't solicit recruiting at events. But I totally agree with you. I think people are so minded like an event is to sell cash and carry. It's not. It's to build those connections and those relationships and to build your teams. Also, don't be afraid to recruit long distance. It doesn't have to be someone in your neighborhood or your community. It can be anyone. With Zoom, with social media, you can sponsor someone anywhere, you know? So don't be afraid of that. Like when you're thinking about your list, some people call the seed list, some people call it a hit list. Megan Clements calls it a hit list. She's going to hit them up for the opportunity. So, but she's not going to shoot them if they don't join. But just don't think wide scale. Don't limit yourself on who you put on that list.
That's so true. And I'm going to send you that link too to watch that video. It's amazing. It will change your mind on how you do your list of 100. Because right now you're probably just have them numbered 1 through 10 and you're just writing the names down.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to blow your mind. It blew my mind. After I watched this video, I was like, this is the most genius thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm going to find the link and I'm going to send it to you right now. We're Facebook friends, aren't we?
I think I'm just on your group.
What? Gosh, what the heck?
You're missing out. If you're not Heather's friend on
Facebook.
I'm
going.
I sent my postcard. Did you get one of my?
I did. I just got it yesterday.
Yay! Oh my gosh. Okay, I just sent you a friend request. Call me maybe.
It's confirmed.
Okay, I'm going to send you the link. Holy moly, girl. I'm coming. I'm sorry. We were chit-chatting.
I just got to close the door a little bit.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We're too loud.
Sometimes things get a little exciting in here.
It is exciting. Cincy's exciting. Yep. My kid laughs at me. Okay, I'm going to find it. All right, anybody else? We're going to take our last one, and then I'm going to go eat my dinner. That's it. All right. Thanks for getting on. And Karen, thanks for getting on. This was so fun.
Next time, I'm totally not going to tell you. Next time, I'm going to make it so I don't show up.
Oh, no, I'll see you. I'll see you come in. I'm going to make you do a code or something. I'm gonna find a way to change it so I'll know every time she comes on. No, she's got such good information. I love it so much. Okay, I just sent it to you, Ashley, and I'm gonna mail you your 100 no's that you've got to cross off every time you get a no. Keep track of this. And when you get this,
is that a postcard?
Yeah,
that's the Dorseys.
Right. So smiling and dialing, but you can do join or host, whatever, either one. You can just write down and keep track of it. Okay, that's awesome. All right, guys. Well, thanks for getting on. I hope this helped your business. And we'll see you next Tuesday. Oh, I can stop recording.